Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you don't know how this works, it is a general reading, so everything won't resonate. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Also keep in mind that roles are interchangeable, energy is fluid, and time is an illusion, okay? Place yourself and everybody else where you see fit. You know where everyone in your story belongs. And know that this could be in the recent past, present, or the near future. That being said, we're getting into right now a general reading, okay? And this is an energy that I have just been picking up for quite some time now. I've been talking about it in my other readings. For whoever this message is for, you are literally about to embark on an entirely new cycle in your life. You are literally one step away from your next big thing. So Spirit really wants you to stay focused, stay committed, hold your frequency and hold your space, because things are a little bit weird right now, for lack of a better word or term. You know, you're really being asked to trust the call. This is a time where you might be feeling like your heart and your spirit, like you're being tugged in a certain direction. And it could feel really scary because this is something new. And many of us, most of us, fear the unknown. This next step in your life is going to require blind faith, significant trust and confidence and self-security. And for that reason, Spirit is inviting you to tap into your sacral energy. Your sacral chakra is located just beneath your belly button, and it is the force of which you experience your sexuality and pleasure, but more importantly, it is where your creative energy comes from, okay? And so with that, some of you might be feeling maybe a little disconnected, or like you don't have much energy, and Spirit is encouraging you to hop into a meditation to unblock your sacral chakra, or just to connect with your sacral chakra, okay? Because this is where your creativity is gonna come from. And also that confidence, okay? You're going to need that extra push, that willpower to help drive you into this next cycle. I feel like many of you are already feeling that call, like I'm saying, that tug toward a different, you know, a different direction. And for many of you, you're gonna be moving, and that seems to be the theme, right? Letting go of what you have created for yourself, that comfort zone. A lot of you are, you know, just really well right now. You're in a really solid place. You've created and built a solid foundation for yourself, but what next? And a lot of you might just be feeling like, how can I explain this? You might be feeling homesick from somewhere, but you don't know where this place is, right? You've never been there, but you know that even though you feel confident and you feel secure and you feel safe where you are, you know that this is not it for you. And you might feel like you're missing something. And that something might not be, for many of us, it's not a physical thing, if not a feeling, right? Feeling like I belong somewhere else, and you're being guided in a certain direction, and that Spirit really trying to tug at you to move toward that direction. And that can be scary, right? Because when you have built, like I said, something solid for yourself, you're like, okay, I'm good here. Why would I leave this? You know what I mean? Like, why would I go? So what's going on with me? And that's because you're a star child. You're a star seed. You were meant to come here and help to raise and awaken the collective. And so, you know, you are a child of the cosmos. So the truth is that anywhere you go might never really feel like home, because this is not your home technically, right? This, you're here for the experience. And so for those of you who can relate to that, you are being called to go somewhere else, to move somewhere else. And that is because your time in the space where you are currently is up. You know, that timeline has expired, that lesson has been learned, you have completed that mission, and it is time to move towards something else. Spirit is saying there's a lot of things that are coming to light for you. And that may be just that you're remembering things about yourself. Okay, you're seeing things very differently about life. You're looking at things just from a totally different perspective. And Spirit is also revealing people to you and lifting the veil, especially like now we're having this full moon in Scorpio tonight. I'm in New Jersey, so wherever you are, I'm not sure what time that is for you guys, but we're experiencing a full moon in Scorpio today. And the veil is thin during these times, right? So things that are not, full moons are all about release. I talk about this all the time, right? Letting go the things that no longer serve us, that aren't in alignment with us, that are holding us back from our next step, from our next cycle. And that's just the theme of full moons. But I feel like for chosen ones, for those of you who are tapped in and turned on and have a mission to complete here on this planet, I feel like, Spirit is really revealing things to you and revealing people to you. And I feel like the collective, you're going through this other like awakening where you are tapped into unconscious knowledge and wisdom, and you might know things and you don't even know how you know things, but you have this level of knowledge and wisdom that comes to you. And it's almost like to other people you might seem like, oh, you're a know-it-all, or you want to know it all. And it's like, no, I have this energy that comes to me where I just know that this is the way to go. Spirit is saying to follow that, and also to know that that might not resonate with everybody. As a matter of fact, it is not going to resonate with a lot of the people in your life who have been in your life all your life or for a very long time. Many of you might start to see people fall away, just distance themselves. And I know that that may be weird, right? Especially when you have like really close relationships with people and you wonder what the heck just happened. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like the energy for the collective is that you're not fighting that anymore, because you know that your heart is in the right place, your spirit is in the right place, and you are focusing on yourself. And so when those people start to fall away and those things start to be unveiled and revealed to you, you're in a state of acceptance. And this is how you know that the work that you've been putting in is actually working and that you are ready to embark on this next cycle. Spirit is saying anything unaligned with you must go. And when you embrace radical acceptance, oh my gosh, that is such a powerful thing. It is such a powerful place to be when you accept things as they are. You're okay if it happens and you're okay if it doesn't. You are surrendering to everything because you're trusting in the universe. Finally, you're in a place where you're like, I trust. I have no worries. For those of you who are still having trouble accepting certain things, right? Like the ending of certain relationships or just the transformation of certain relationships, because it's not necessarily that every relationship that is misaligned with you is going to end, but that there's certain relationships that might be transforming, right? They're undergoing a certain transformation. And so these relationships might just be like, they're not ending. Like, I'll check in on you because I love you and I'm not judging you, but I accept that I have to treat you accordingly. I have to, treat you from there. You have to stand on those boundaries, right? Because in this next cycle, those people don't align with where you're going, not at the same capacity as they once did. And so Spirit is saying, if you don't reinforce, and stand on those boundaries, you're only going to be adding to the misalignment of the universe. And so that's not helpful. That's not conducive. If you're a starseed, if you're a light worker, if you're a healer, and you're here to raise the collective consciousness, your path, your mission is entirely different from most people's mission. And so they won't understand why you do what you do. And if you're here to do that, then you have to honor those endings. You have to honor those transformations, and you have to honor those boundaries if you want to assist in building this new world on a solid foundation of love and truth and authenticity. Okay. And I know that might be really hard for some people because, this may include people that you really love, and you might be looking at them as if, oh wow, like this kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. But if you are tapped in and turned on, and I see 1111 as I say that, if this message is resonating with you and is for you, then you are in a state of radical acceptance, and you're not judging those people, right? You're not judging those people for revealing themselves and for judging you, misunderstanding you, but you're also not feeling the need to explain yourself anymore, to overextend yourself anymore. You're honoring and allowing things to unfold. And for many of the collective, that's just because you are able to see, okay, they haven't awakened to this yet. Okay, outside of their mission being entirely different from yours, they haven't awakened to this yet. And I feel like Spirit is really encouraging you to remain in a space where you're like, hey, look, I have all of this love for you. Should you need it at some point, right? But you're also limiting access to you. And that's because a lot of these people you didn't realize for the majority of your life drained you. So you always had something to give. You were always pouring into others, always overextending yourself. And that was not reciprocal. It wasn't being reciprocated in your direction. These specific people were not pouring into you the way that you needed that. They weren't authentic with you in the way that you showed up for them. They were not showing up for you. And again, you're not holding them in a space where you're angry. You're not, looking, to get back at anybody or play that tit for tat. You're just not engaging. And I love that for you. That is such freedom, such peace when you're able to see someone from where they stand. Oh God, I'm sorry, you guys, the sage is saging right now. Sorry about that. It always goes shoots straight to the back of my freaking throat. And so, you're not trying to convince anyone to stay in your life, but you're also recognizing the areas where for a long time you didn't notice, like your blind spots. And so I feel like you're tightening up in those areas, and people are uncomfortable with how you're evolving, and that is okay, right? Because part of evolving is uncomfortable. Change can be uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable for them and it's uncomfortable for you. But just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that you loosen loosen those ends. No, you keep those ends nice and tight, and you stand firm on those boundaries, because I feel like, this energy of you honoring yourself and loving yourself and pouring all of that you were pouring into so many other people, pouring that into yourself, baby, you have finally unlocked it. You finally got it together, right? And so even when it comes to the knowledge and the love that you would share with other people, you've gotten to a space where it's like, no, I'm not a know-it-all. I just want to try to help you. I really do want to help you. And I have this wisdom and I have this knowledge. And I tell you the truth, I don't even know where I get it from, but I know that it's there, and I know that it's helpful because it's helped me. And so not everybody's ready for that magic, not everybody's ready. And I feel like you collective finally understand that and accept it, that not everybody's ready, right? I read this, there's this quote that I posted on my Instagram that says, no one loves the warrior until the enemy is at the gate. And that resonated so much with me because I feel like I've always been that warrior, right? Where it's just kind of like, I was criticized a lot. I was judged a lot. I've been judged a lot in my life for the way that I choose to live my life and the things that I follow spiritually, being a priestess, all of that. And yet the same people who have judged me and have questioned my wisdom, my knowledge, my way of life, have questioned my intelligence or my capabilities, have been the same ones to come from me looking for direction and advice from me. And it really like hit with that quote. It was like, oh yeah, I get that. Nobody loves me, and not to say love. I'm just using the word because that's how it was. But no, everybody got something to say about me until it's time to need me. Until they realize that nobody really knows how to fight that battle, right? And nobody will show up the way that I'll show up. Nobody will be as authentic, as real, and nobody will be as down, right? Will be as solid as me. So, I got that. And I was like, wait, no, that's my magic, right? And it's not that people don't see your worth. It's not that people don't see your gift. It's more so that they don't see the worth and the gifts within themselves. It's that they're just not there yet. Because they do, they see it, they notice it. And that's why they, like me, many of you have experienced feeling that, being outcasted. But when you need me, you pick up the phone and you call me. And then, my advice is worth something. When you need it, when nothing else seems to make sense and nothing else works, maybe I'll listen to this person, what this person said. So I feel like you're like packing that up and really just pouring into yourself, and you don't even know what's going on with anybody else. You're sending everybody love and light, and I feel that so strongly in this reading, because I know that's where I am in my life, right? And I feel like that's the case for many of us chosen ones. We're not allowing ourselves to be swayed out of our light. The triggers ain't triggering. And that's how you know. When those triggers don't trigger, baby, when you can go high, when they go low, or when they are low, that's how you know. That's how you know that your vibration is rising and that you are evolving and that you are ready, okay? That you are ready. Oh my gosh, I hope that you guys can feel this sense of peace that's over me right now. Spirit, please tell me more. Give me messages I just saw the Empress. Give me messages for the collective, please. Any messages for the collective right now? What do you want us to know? What messages do you have? For the collective right now. Okay. The Queen of Swords. Yes. This is the energy, boundaries. And you see her there, it's like she's got her sword down, right? So it's kind of like, I still got those boundaries, but I'm easy, like I'm laid back. I feel like this is the energy of many of the chosen ones right now, where it's like you really are just reflecting on how you've handled things in the past and how you are looking at things entirely differently, right? It's like, oh man, I see how I allowed people to sway me in that area, to poke me in that area, when all I wanted to do was remain in alignment, because I know better. When you know better, you do better, right? And so I feel like with this, it's just kind of like, yeah, I've got my boundaries up, and I am guarding myself. I'm guarding my energy. I'm guarding my heart, because you've been burned 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. Okay, a lot more for me. But because of that, yes, you are standing 10 toes down on those boundaries, okay? And before reacting to anything you are taking your time to analyze whether or not you want to engage in certain environments. The Page of Cups fell out in the reverse, and it's kind of like, yeah, you're not having any unrealistic expectations of anyone. You're also not in a place to make any promises to anyone. I feel like you can see now, right through people and whether or not they're genuine or not, because the Page of Cups in the reverse, it's kind of like, how can I say it? Just not being bamboozled or fooled by anyone. The Page of Cups in the reverse here, I feel like, is saying, yeah, we're not having, we're seeing things as they are. Okay, in the upright, you can see it's like there's a little pig up here. Oh yeah, that's kind of like that illusion of like empty promises and kind of having the wool pulled over your eyes, and it's like that's not happening anymore. I feel like you're seeing right through people. Okay. I also feel like you're not willing to engage with anyone who's not willing to take responsibility for their own actions, because the Page of Cups in the upright also talks about an apology. And so maybe you've experienced something with someone where you feel like you're owed an apology, and you're just like, I don't even feel like you owe me anything, right? You can recognize things as they are, but you're not having any expectations of somebody to come and say, oh, I'm sorry for X, Y, and Z. It's kind of like you see it. You see the immaturity in people. And again, it's not from a place of ego. It's just from a place of clarity, right? That says, oh, okay, I see that you're not ready for that, right? Intellectually, I feel like many of you may have found yourself trying to explain things to people, and they're just not they aren't able to intellectually grasp the message. Okay, some people are just not ready to receive the message. If they are not vibrating on the same frequency as you, they're not going to receive the message that you have for them. Not because they don't want to, they just aren't able to. Okay, you have to do that work in order to get to that, frequency and vibration, in order to really get the message, right? You'll get the message when you are meant to get the message. Okay, the Knight of Wands, yeah. So I feel like there's definitely something coming in, but also I feel like this is your creative energy, okay, where you are reserving yourself, your energy, your time, your effort for the things that you want. Okay, Three of Swords, this is like, I feel strongly that although you can look at things and say, man, that's disappointing to see, you're not allowing the past hurts or disappointments to hold you back from anything. You're not in this space anymore. You're not hurting. You're actually in a really peaceful space right now, collective. The Ace of Pentacles, okay? And so, yeah, I feel like it's taken you a long time to get where you are and manifest the life that you have currently manifested. And so I do feel, though, that there's a lot of thought here regarding movement, right? Again, moving forward, moving in a certain direction, and a lot of thinking going on. You are spending a lot of time by yourself. You are finding yourself. You are following the things that make you feel whole, that resonate with you now. And I feel like that's your intuition really is guiding you in a particular direction. If you find like you have a question about something, Spirit is saying, tune out the noise. Maybe there's a need for you to disconnect from certain people if you are not already in this energy, to figure out what you want. And the way to figure out what you want is to silence the noise and go within, spend time by yourself, pray, ask Spirit to guide you, to give you that. And when you drown out the noise of all others and you focus on yourself, you're able to hear your intuition louder. Okay, yeah. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, so far 2 pages. So I definitely feel like you're about to start there's something new that you're about to start. For some of you, this may be a new job opportunity again, or just you making a decision to move toward something in a different direction, actual movement. Move from where you currently live somewhere else, or you have to move for a job opportunity. The Page of Swords says, yes, many of you Spirit is advising you here to continue to learn, right? There's some, whether it be that you're going back to school, getting a certification in something, but this really is about increasing your skills. And I feel like there are a lot of eyes on you with the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Swords here is like, about, people are curious about you. They want to know what's going on with you. Judgment. Okay, so yeah, this is about being guided, right? It's divine timing, divine order. This is the time you are ready. Okay, the Judgment card is about analyzing yourself, reflecting on yourself. This is also about decisions. So there's something here, there's someone here who's trying to make a decision, and I feel like Spirit is really encouraging you to spend time by yourself. You're not stuck right now. I know that the energy might feel slow, it might feel still. There's a difference between stillness and being stuck. So things are not what they appear to be. This is about looking within, right? Being honest with yourself, okay? And stop making things out to be worse than what they are, because you're not stuck. You're just, this is a delayed, this is like, something is paused right now, because it's like you're about to be propelled forward into this next cycle. And I keep saying this is a time, a pause for rest, for you to, I hope all of the mothers, I know I'm mad late with saying this, but I hope all of the mothers had an amazing Mother's Day weekend. And so like this weekend, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. This weekend, I literally didn't do anything except enjoy my time. I mean, I went to the gym, I did the things that I enjoy doing, and I went out to eat with family. I, lounged around my house, but I didn't record. I didn't do anything. I fed myself, right? I fed my soul, I fed my spirit. I listened to my body, and I nurtured myself. And so Spirit is saying this pause right now is for you to do that, because you're going to need the energy for what you're about to step into, or for what's coming. Clarify the Three of Swords here in the reverse. Why is the Three of Swords here in the reverse? Yeah, the Nine of Wands, right? Because you've been through a lot, right? Spirit is saying this is the home stretch, okay? You've been through a lot of things. You've been through a lot of disappointment, a lot of hurt, and you have had to get it out the mud. But this cycle is ending, okay? The Nine of Wands says you're almost there. Hold your vision. You're almost there. Keep the faith. You're almost there. The Hierophant, stay connected to God and continue to learn. The Hierophant is all about seeking knowledge, also connecting with God, however you view God, whether that means hopping into meditation, hopping into prayer. But yeah, this is telling me that stay committed. Okay, stay committed. For some of you, this is an offer in love. Okay, I feel like you have had a very hard time with love. Like, just love hasn't been, a thing for you. I don't even know how to say that. You've suffered a lot in love is what I want to say. What is this Ace? Ooh, Eight of Pentacles. I'm not going to take it, but yes, walking away from illusions, walking away from people who can't be honest with you, walking away from things that don't feel good anymore. Anything that you have to question, you're walking away from with that Eight of Cups and the Moon card. It's like, if it doesn't feel right, if it feels off, I'm walking away from it. I am not engaging. I'm moving on. Okay, and so the universe is supporting you and supporting this next move for you. The Ace of Pentacles, please clarify. Yeah, the Lovers, right? So this is about an offer that's coming in for some of you in love. Love is definitely very present here, okay? Making a decision to move towards someone, or someone is moving in toward you. Something is coming in, okay? With the Lovers card, this is Gemini energy. I also saw the Hierophant, and with the Ace of Pentacles here, Taurus energy. So I feel like somebody makes the decision to come toward you, or you're trying to contemplate whether or not to move towards someone to make an offer of love, okay? With the Page of Swords, this again, and the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups in the reverse, it could be that somebody's holding back their feelings, or just hasn't said anything to you, hasn't expressed to you how they feel, about you. I feel like this 10 of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like this is something that they might be starting to feel burdened about, like they're overwhelmed with how they feel about you. And I just feel like they haven't had the courage to say anything. With the Fool coming out at the bottom of the deck, yes, this is risky situation, right? With no risk, no reward. That's what I heard Spirit say. But also, love is a gamble. You never really know anything about anyone. You have to be willing to take the risks to learn more, to get to know each other. And we never really fully know anyone. I truly believe, like, when you finally know all of who you are, right? When you truly know all of who you are, I feel like your mission here is done, right? Because that's what this point is, remembering who we are. So this is about, taking the risk and being able to put yourself out there when it comes to love, okay? Yeah, with the Four of Cups, I feel like you've every time you've given it a try, for whoever this resonates with, every time you've given it a try, it's been like, oh my God, not again, I'm disappointed. And so I feel like when this offer comes in, it's like, you don't even notice, or maybe you don't even know how to respond to it because you've been disappointed so many times that it's kind of like, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, I guess I'll try this again. But I don't feel like you're like uber excited, okay? Anything else for the collective here? Anything else? Yeah, so continue to learn and follow your intuition. The Seven of Pentacles. Continue to invest in yourself and stay committed to yourself, your goals, your dreams, your purpose here on this planet. Okay, oof, the Empress. What did I say? I saw her earlier. This is beautiful. This is Mother. This is Gaia. Okay, this is Earth energy. This is saying all of those fruits of your labor are starting to sprout, baby. Okay, so just hold your vision. This is also about nurturing yourself and loving yourself. Okay, for some of you, you're even shaping and changing your relationships with your mothers. I feel like if those of you who have struggled with mother wounds, those things are some of the things that are being revealed to you so that you can continue to heal them, and things are coming up to the surface so that you can process them and release them and rebuild relationships that are in alignment with you. Okay, for some of you that is pertaining to mothers, but again, this is also love here. So I feel like for some of you, there's somebody this next let me get one for this Empress card here. Yeah, for some of you, this is an offer of love, like, that you've been waiting for. Like, I feel like this person has you on their mind a lot with that Five of Swords, and is trying to figure out how to come in to make an offer. But again, I feel like they're fearful because this person might have been through a lot as well in love. I don't want to say this, but for some of you, this may be somebody from your past who has been in and out a few times of your life. And I feel like somebody here is experiencing some energy of regret with that Five of Swords here. There, you see how he's just like, kind of like, holding his head. The Nine of Wands says, I want to try again. I want to help, you heal I want to help heal this situation. I don't know about that, but I definitely, and I don't want to tap into past energy because you are moving into a new cycle. But for some of you, that's an energy that's present here. The Ace of Cups, new love, new love. So yeah, the past might return, and we are going to have Mercury's going to go retrograde in the summertime. I forgot. I don't know the dates. Maybe some of you can Google it and put it in the comments down below. But new love is definitely here, and I feel like this new love comes in to show you literally why it didn't work out. One more for the Empress here with the Seven of Pentacles. Why it didn't work out with everyone else. The King of Swords. It's a match. It's your person, okay? You have both, what did I say? You have both been through a lot in love, okay? And I feel like this is, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords get a bad rep for being like these cold people, and it's not. It's that they've been through so much that they do have boundaries. It's like they know exactly what they want. They know bullshit when they see it coming, and they're able to call it out. But with that showing up for you, collective, I'm going to end it there with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This next person that's coming into your life is here to show you truth, honesty, to show you loyalty. Okay, the Empress card is all, this is true love. This is a divine feminine. Okay, some of you, regardless of gender is what I want to say. Okay, this could just be, again, you're in your divine energy. Okay, and you're ready for love, and you're ready for this commitment. Ooh, I'm gonna stop. Look at this. We got the 10 of Cups, the Emperor, the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles, which tells me, yeah, this person is going to make you an offer that is stable, okay? This person has their shit together, and they know what they want as well, and they're ready for a commitment. They don't want to toy around. They don't want to play with your feelings. They're coming here to work together to build something with you, even though they're already coming in all set, because the Emperor here is here. We have both. This is the match. This is divine feminine and the divine masculine. You have both been through some things. You have both been through hell and back. You have learned from your mistakes. You know what you want. You're open to love. You have worked through those issues, and we're always going to have something to work through, okay? We're always constantly going to be evolving, but you're both on the same page. You're both on the same page. You're ready to commit to each other. You're ready to do life, okay? And so some of you, I feel like you meet this person in another place. Like you move, and that's where this person is. And that's where you meet this person, okay? While others of you, this could be somebody in your place of work, okay, who just hasn't said anything. But nevertheless, this is amazing. You know, when we're talking about career-wise, there is an opportunity that's coming in for you that is going to change your life entirely. Like I've said this already, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. You are one step away from the life that you have been trying to create. For some of you, that's one decision away. I said this in another reading. And so I feel like once you make that decision and you make that move, you take that next step, because first comes the decision with the Judgment card, okay? It's like, first I have to decide, see it in my mind's eye, be clear about that decision and the direction that I'm heading in. And once you begin to head in that direction, once you begin to move in that direction and you arrive to where it is that you're going, that is where everything begins to unravel for you, okay? Yeah, I love this for you, collective. I'm going to claim this reading too, okay? This is beautiful. We got a perfect match here. This is love, okay? Some of you are going to be getting engaged, getting married. Some of you have probably been so disillusioned with love that you're like, I can't even see marriage. And you know what, for many of you, I feel like because you're in such a place of surrender, and you are already experiencing happiness, because you feel like happiness is a moment to moment thing, and more so than anything, you understand peace is what brings you happiness. You're in such a state of peace that you are attracting all of this in for you, okay? Everything that you've ever hoped for and wished for is coming in for you, even though you're focused on that feeling, that desire of moving toward this next thing. It's going to attract everything to you because you are committed to yourself. You are giving love, but also protecting yourself and honoring your boundaries. And you're doing this all with the intention and the love of wanting to see a new world built off of love and unity and truth and authenticity, and on that foundation, okay? And so the universe is here to give back to you what you've been giving to everyone else. And your final test, this is not for everybody, but your final test has been to love yourself and hold that frequency regardless of what is going on around you. And honey, Spirit wants you to know you are passing and have passed that test. You guys, I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with me all of this time. If it did resonate and you enjoyed it, please drop a comment below. Let me know how. Give me a like. It does help the channel. And hopefully you'll consider subscribing as well. If you're interested in connecting with me for whatever, whether it be a personal reading or just a sort of collaboration, I'm open to listening. And if you're interested in following me on Instagram, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Hold your space, hold your light. You're vibrating beautifully, baby. I see the glow, okay? So hold that frequency. I love you all so much. Sending you all loads of peace, love, and light. Mwah.